Vandy's playing some decent football this year, folks, if you haven't looked. But how will they hold up against a team coming off the biggest win in college football this season? We got Steve Merrill on the line from Wager Talk to break down Bama and Vandy. Steve, and in previous seasons, we've seen Alabama anywhere from a 40 to 50 point favorite against Vandy, but this year, a respectable 23-point favorite.
Yeah, so I actually did a solo video on Wager Talk TV this week for this game, a deep 5-minute in-depth breakdown. You can go watch that later on Wager Talk TV. But, what I mentioned in the video was on the surface, this does not look like a good spot for Alabama. And then you start digging deeper with Vandy, do they have some backdoor cover potential? You can actually make the argument they do. This is a team that's averaging 37 points a game offensively, 8.5 yards per pass. That's what you look for when you're playing a big underdog is, backdoor cover potential, the ability to throw the ball late in the game to get maybe a garbage touchdown, and a favorite who's not going to be interested. And I think it checks all the boxes. But you and I have also talked about this before, you got to have the situational setup, but also the line value. So then I run the 10,000 simulation, and I've got Alabama by 26. So unfortunately, the line value is not there to back Vanderbilt in this game. And I think the letdown is being factored in, and that's why the line is a little shorter. What I do like, though, in this game is actually the over-under. We don't talk a lot of totals here unless it's Iowa football. And one thing you won't hear me say is Iowa over. But this is not Iowa football. This is Vanderbilt, Alabama. I do like the over 54.5 here and kind of hinted at the reason why, a couple reasons why. First of all, I think it could be a flat spot for Alabama after the huge Georgia win. You're going from being a home underdog in the biggest game of the season so far to being over a 3-touchdown road favorite. South Carolina on deck, yeah, whatever. But then they got Tennessee after that. So they got some big games coming up. And then also, if you are a little flat, I think it shows on defense. But then Vanderbilt, as I mentioned, has that passing ability, the scoring ability to get some points, especially late in the game. So I think over 54.5 is a very reasonable number. And that would be the way I attack this game. Don't try to guess if there's a letdown or not. Just look for both teams to score. And as good as Georgia and Alabama's defenses are, those two teams combined for over 1,000 total yards last week. So I do think Vandy can get more points maybe than expected in this game.
You can catch all of Steve's work, including the NFL and Major League Baseball, at wagertalk.com. And then, of course, the Under the Radar exclusive pick right here at the Voice of College Football. Just become a Patreon member with us, /MarkRogersTV, as it states on the ticker down below, or as a premium YouTube member at the Voice of College Football. College football is even more exciting with some action on the line. And the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Let's start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread. I've got a 40-year track record. In fact, in 2023, at $100 played per game, you would have netted over $9,300. And guess what? I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill, our ace in the hole, show stopper from Wager Talk. 6 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly Under the Radar pick, which went 21-5 against the spread the last 2 seasons. I repeat, 21-5 against the spread. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Steve Dace and Matt Zemek. Become a YouTube channel member or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2024 a winner now.